Now let's have a look at the writing module of Test 6. Remember, these practice tests 3, 4, 5 and 6 don't have videos at the beginning because they are not lessons. They are simply practice tests. The videos are in Test 1 and 2. The IELTS writing module has 2 tasks, and the way that you do them in our online learning management system is a little different from listening and reading. In this case, you can read the question here, and as you can see, I have not submitted an answer yet. We have decided to use an online assignment to do these writing assignments, and the way that you begin is by pressing this Edit My Submission button. And as you can see from the title of this button, you can edit your submission a number of times. So pressing that button brings up the question again, but also, as you can see, it brings up an editor box. So here is where you type your report. And once you have finished, you press Save Changes. Like that, and it shows you here that your changes have been saved. As you can see, you can edit that again. Again, please try to create a realistic exam condition for yourself. As you can see in the instructions, you should spend about 20 minutes on this task. And you also need to write at least 150 words. The time limit and the word limits are the greatest challenges for the writing tasks for students. So when you have an opportunity to practice like this, it's a really good idea to keep to the time limits and aim for the word limits. Again, you press this button, second from the bottom, to go back. And that allows you to move on to the next task. Task 2, as you can see here, is a 40-minute task because it is a little bit longer. So that's the writing module. Obviously, the writing test cannot be automatically marked by software, so a teacher needs to give you feedback and guidance and to correct your writing work. Now, you can ask one of our teachers to do that, and you will be charged for their time. Or if you wish, you can simply compare your own writing to the model answers, which will be made available to you by your teacher. Or another alternative is, if you have access to a local teacher, then you can simply print your written assignment and ask them to give you the feedback that you need. Let's now have a look at the speaking module. It is quite difficult to conduct an online speaking test in an automated system such as our learning management system, and there are a number of ways that we can do it. We may change this in the future, but for now we are using what is known as a forum, and this allows us to separate our students into different groups. In this particular case, the learner that I have logged on as is part of this group, Ansaldo, and as you enroll into our course, you will be allocated into a group, and this should be visible here at the bottom of the screen. But if you have any problems, ask your teacher for help. As we go through this demonstration, you may see why we have chosen the forum. as a means of recording your speech. Let's have a look at this first part. The IELTS speaking test is divided into 3 parts, and part 1 is an interview where the examiner is asking you typical questions about you. Here are some example questions. What hobbies and interests are popular in your country? Which hobbies or interests do you enjoy? And so on. So these are questions about you, and it is part of a conversation or interview style of questioning. Now, the way that you reply is by pressing on the reply button here at the bottom right. And what will happen then is, again, you can still read the questions at the top, but again, you have a box here into which you can type text. For the speaking test, we're not actually going to be typing text here, as you'll see in a moment. We simply want to give you an opportunity to record your voice. Now, there are 2 ways that you can do this. You can record your voice using your own MP3 player and then send that as an attachment here. If you don't want to do it that way, you can use this icon, which allows you to record your voice directly into our learning management system. And that is the way we prefer to do it.